Marathon. Who hasn't heard this word? Without a doubt, it's one of the most famous and most attractive sporting events in the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games will never be complete without a career of 100 meters and a 42-kilometer marathon. But have you ever wondered who won the first marathon? The first marathon was won in the year 490 BC, and the man who won is called Phidippides, who didn't win exactly as it is won today, but in today's video we'll talk about his story. In the year 490 BC, Athens and Sparta were two flourishing cities, still not reaching their peak time, but they were emerging. And Greece was divided into many, and I really say many cities-state, product of so much freedom of thought. But Greece entered at war with the Persian Empire. And why did they go to war? Well, the Greeks incited rebellions in the colony of Ephesus, and Ephesus was under the command of the Persians. But in the past it had been a Greek colony, and the Persians didn't like this revolt at all. So the Persians said, the Greeks are challenging us, so we are going to crush them. And with a very powerful fleet and a huge army invade Athens. The Athenians asked for help from the Spartans, but the Spartans said they will not fight until full moon. But the Persians have planned to attack a lot before the full moon, and the valiant Athenians with an army of 10,000 men faced them on the beach of Marathon. The Persians responded to the challenge with 30,000 men. Talking about the Marathon battle will take more time, and in today's video we'll talk about Phidippides, so we'll leave that for another video. So the Greeks won bravely and sent the Persians back to their fleet. But even with this victory, they were at great disadvantage, because they went on foot and the Persians went in their very large fleet. Even when the Persians lost this battle, they were still much more than the Greeks, and since they had fled to their fleet, they could reach Athens faster, which was totally unprotected, since the army that has just defeated them was still in Marathon. This is when the brave Phidippides comes into action. Phidippides was a famous hemerodrome, which was a select group of male athletes who carried the messages to the cities and battle. Phidippides knew perfectly that if the Persians arrived to Athens, the city would surrender to them, because they didn't know if the battle was won or lost. So Phidippides traveled the 42 kilometers back to Athens, with all his strength and soul. This after also having fought all day in the Battle of Marathon. Thanks to that effort, he arrives before the Persians reach Athens, and in an epic moment pronounces the phrase "Nenike kamen," which translated means "we have won." The most impressive happens when after pronouncing these words, Phidippides died of a sudden cardiac death. The Athenians, after witnessing this, realized the Persians were coming, and that they should not surrender under any condition. Instead, they should wait for the Greek reinforcements. But in the city they were only the old, women and children. So the Greeks had a great idea. The Greek Corinthian is a peculiar helmet, because it covers almost the entire face, and even a few meters away it is difficult to see the face of your opponent. A few hundred meters further it's even more. So what each woman and child of Athens did was to wear a Corinthian and fill the walls completely. When the Persians arrived at Athens, they saw it completely full of soldiers in their walls, and very prudently set sail again towards their home. And this story, worthy of being a film, is true. Phidippides made the maximum sacrifice and won with a purpose very different than today's. These kind of stories are worth telling, and are the ones you should know. If you didn't, well, now you do. In 1879, the poet Robert Browning wrote a poem called Phidippides, and the French baron Pierre Coubertin declared there will be a race of 42 kilometers in honor of this battle and Phidippides. This is the origin of the marathon, and you already know its first winner, the brave Phidippides. And if you like this video, give a like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching.